राम राघव पाहि मां। राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव रक्ष मां। राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव रक्ष मां। कृष्ण 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 हे कृष्ण 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 हे कृष्ण 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 पाहि मां। राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव रक्ष मां। कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव पाहि मां। राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव रक्ष मां। कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव पाहि मां। कृष्ण 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 हे 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 राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव पाहि मां। राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव रक्ष मां। राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव रक्ष मां। कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव पाहि मां। कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव कृष्ण केशव पाहि मां। राम राघव राम राघव राम राघव रक्ष मां। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद श्री गुरुदेव की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। Hare Krishna. Mataji, you can stop the screen sharing so that we know that when Narani Mataji joins, then I'll just give a quick introduction and then we can start.
Sure, Mataji.
Because like this, we will not know when Mataji is joining. Huh? That's why. I'm just keeping the gallery view so that when Mataji joins, then we know. Okay, she's not yet joined. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Shri Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari. Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Prabhupada, Gurudev, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Shri Ram Sankirtan ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrind ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna. Okay, so Mataji still not joined. Okay, we'll start with the invocation prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanyano Pishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parjana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padhaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradhayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Dishve Namah Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namoste Jaitam Surata Pangor Mama Mandamate Gati Matsarva Swabadam Bojau Shri Radha Madan Mohana Divya Vrindaranya Kalpadrumadha Srimad Ratnagar Simhasanastau Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devam Preshthali Bhi Sevyamanav Swarami Shriman Rasarasarambir Vamshi Vata Tatastitaha Karshan Venur Swanay Gopir Shri Gopinath Striyet Punaha Taptaka Anchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prashabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayati girim yatrapatamaham vande Shri Gurun Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram. Harihi Om Tatsat. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna. Okay, so I messaged Mataji, she's not replying. All right, so we'll start. Let me share the screen. So we are in the Madya Lila. We are on the 17th chapter. We have to start from text number 27. This is a very interesting section, actually. In this section, we are talking about how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually making all of the animals, all the animals also chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In this way, the animals are also chanting the holy names of the Lord. So let's start with the 27th verse. The previous verse, 26th verse, is when the Lord passes through the forest in great ecstasy. Tigers, elephants, rhinoceros, boars, they all came and the Lord passed right through them. Now let's continue what happens after that. Here the Lord is going to, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to Vrindavan Dham, and Balabhadra Bhattacharya is the only one person who is accompanying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as he is going towards Vrindavan Dham. Okay, so devotees can read the verses and then we can start. Deki Bhattacharya Ramane Haya Mahabhaya Prabhura Pratape Tara Ekapasha Haya. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Balabhadra Bhattacharya was very much afraid to see them, but by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's influence, all the animals stood to one side. So here we can see how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is inducing all of the forest animals to actually chant the holy names of the Lord. And seeing this, Balabhadra Bhattacharya, who is accompanying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is actually feeling scared. Oh, what is this? So many animals are here. But then, because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's influence, all the animals stood to one side. Okay, so devotees can raise your hands if anyone wants to recite the verses. Okay, text number 28. Ekadina phate vyagra kariya che shayana aveshe tara gaye prabhura lagila charana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One day a tiger was lying on the path and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, walking along the path in ecstatic love, touched the tiger with his feet. So now we'll know what is the the benefit of being touched by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tell the tiger? Prabhu kahe kaha Krishna vyagra uthila, Krishna Krishna kahi vyagra nachite lagila. The Lord said, chant the holy name of Krishna. The tiger immediately got up and began to dance and chant Krishna Krishna. Aradine Mahaprabhu karena di snana mata hasti yuthaila karite jalapana. Another day, while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was bathing in a river, a herd of maddened elephants came there to drink water. So then what happened? Let's see. Shobha Mataji, you want to recite the verse? Text 31. Prabhu jala kritya kare aage hasti aila, Krishna kaha bali Prabhu jala feli marila.
Dandavat pranam Mataji. Prabhu jala kritya kare aage hasti aila, Krishna kaha bali Prabhu jale feli marila. Translation by Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. While the Lord was bathing and murmuring the Gayatri mantra, the elephants came before him. The Lord immediately splashed some water on the elephants and asked them to chant the name of Krishna. Hari Bol Mataji.
Yeah, you can read the purport, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was the Supreme Personality of Godhead, playing the part of a very great advanced devotee on the Mahabhagavata platform. The devotee makes no distinction between friends and enemies. On that platform, he sees everyone as a servant of Krishna. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita 5.18, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Suni Chaiva Shvapakecha Pandita Samadarshanaha. The humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge, see with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog-eater outcast. Bhagavata, being learned and advanced in spiritual consciousness, sees no difference between a tiger, an elephant, or a learned scholar. The test of advanced spiritual consciousness is that one becomes fearless. He envies no one and he is always engaged in the Lord's service. He sees every living entity as an eternal part and parcel of the Lord. rendering service according to his capacity by the will of the Supreme Lord, as Krishna confirms in Bhagavad Gita 15.15. Sarvasyataham Dhiti Vishnu Mahat Smritim Dhyanam Apoganam Cha. I am seated in the everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. The Mahabhagavata knows that Krishna is in everyone's heart. Krishna is dictating, and the living entity is following his dictations. Krishna is within the heart of the tiger, elephant, and boar. Therefore, Krishna tells them, "Here is the Mahabhagavata. Please do not disturb him." Why then should the animals be envious of such great personality? Those who are neophytes or even a little progress in devotional service should not try to imitate the Mahabhagavata. Rather, they should only follow in his footsteps. The word anukara means imitating, and anusara means trying to follow in the footsteps. We should not try to imitate the activities of the Mahabhagavata or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Our best effort should be exerted in trying to follow them according to our ability. The Mahabhagavata's heart is completely free from material contaminations, and he can become very dear even to fierce animals like tigers and elephants. Indeed, the Mahabhagavata treats them as his very intimate friends. On this platform, there is no question of envy. When the Lord was passing through the forest, he was in ecstasy, thinking the forest to be Vrindavana. He was simply searching for Krishna. Haribol Mataji, Dandat Pranam Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam. Thank you, Mataji. So very beautiful purport. Prabhupada is touching upon very, very important things. Here, Prabhupada is talking about who is a Mahabhagavata, right? Even in, we also know the 3 levels of devotees, right? Uttamadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and Kanishta Adhikari. Uttamadhikari Bhakta is such a person who thinks he's a Mahabhagavata. He thinks there is no other person who's more fallen than me. I am the most fallen. That is the nature of a Uttamadhikari. And the Madhyamadhikari devotee, he actually avoids the envious people, the people who have the mentality to criticize the Lord or his devotees. Then he avoids the envious people, and then he is compassionate to the innocent people, those who don't know who is Krishna. Such a person approaches such a person and gives them knowledge about Krishna. And then he takes association of the devotees, like-minded people who are engaged in the service of the Lord. And he understands that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He worships the Lord. He is compassionate towards innocent people. He preaches to them. Then he avoids envious people. And then he takes the association of like-minded devotees and engages in the service of the Lord. So this is the Madhyamadhikari. And then there is a Kanishta Adhikari. Kanishta Adhikari, what does he do? He only thinks that if I serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the temple, deity worship is the only way to understand and worship the Lord. Such a person does not understand the importance of association of devotees, how one has to serve the devotees. Right? And then Prabhupada is also talking about Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shuni Chaiva Swapake Cha Panditaha Samadarshinaha. Right? What is a Pandita or a learned person or a devotee? What is his view? How does he see the world? How does he see people around him? Right? Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, because he is endowed with a lot of knowledge. When we get a lot of knowledge, it should not increase our false ego. It should rather increase our humility. That is why one who is actually having Vidya, Vinaya or humility is automatically accompanying such Vidya. When we understand how great Lord is, automatically we will become humble. When we understand that how not even a blade of grass moves without the permission of the Supreme Lord, then automatically we will become humble. Right? So Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. Sampanne means one who is filled with knowledge and humility. What is his vision? He sees everybody equally. Right? He sees an elephant, a dog eater, a dog, the tiger, and all of the living entities as spirit souls who's having Paramatma in their hearts. That is the true vision of a devotee of the Lord. He makes no distinction between friends and enemies. He does not think, I have to pray only for such people because they are close to me. They don't have the conception of aham mameti. This is mine, and this is my body, and whatever is related to this body. These are my relatives, my friends, my society people, my caste people, etc. But what does a Vidya Vinaya Sampanne person do? A person who is endowed with Vidya and Vinaya. That means one who's endowed with knowledge as well as humility. He is not going to see people on a bodily platform. He is going to see people at the platform of the soul. And according to the advancement of the individual, such a person either takes the person's association if it is a senior devotee, or gives his association if the person is innocent, or keeps away from such a person if he is envious. In this way, a person gets the intelligence, a devotee gets the intelligence to understand how to behave with different kinds of people according to their levels of consciousness. Right? So here we can understand that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. He is the best devotee, right? Because Advaita Acharya, what did he do? He called for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, saying that, oh Krishna, you only have to come in this Kali Yuga to deliver this Kali Yuga Vasis who are so ignorant, who are so much envious. You only have to come to personally deliver. So in that way, Krishna himself personally came in the mode of Srimati Radharani as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? And he is really giving this holy name to anybody and everybody, whether or not anybody has any qualification or not. Yari deke, tari kahe, Krishna Upadesh. Whomever you see, you just give the holy name of Krishna. That is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, of course, he is a Mahabhagavata, right? But then, one important point that Prabhupada makes here is how is a Mahabhagavata's heart? A Mahabhagavata's heart is free of envy. Right? We also see how Krishna tells Arjuna, why am I giving this transcendental knowledge to you? I'm giving you this transcendental knowledge because you are not envious. Because you are not envious and you are my devotee. So these are the qualifications to understand about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should be non-envious, and also one should be a devotee. One should be a surrendered soul. One should be surrendering to hear with a positive frame of mind what the Lord is giving us instructions, how we should lead our lives. All right. So let's go on to text number 32. Devotees who want to read the verses may raise your hands. Okay, I can see ICF. Oh, sorry. What is this? Oh, okay. I can see Bhumana Devi Mataji's hand. Yes, okay. Mataji. Yes, Mataji, go ahead. Say jala bindu khana lage aragaya.
Sei jala bindu kana lage yara gaya.
Sei Krishna Krishna kahe preme nache gaya.
Sei Krishna Krishna kahe preme nache gaya. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. The elephants whose bodies were touched by the water, splashed by the Lord, began to chant Krishna, Krishna, and dance and sing in ecstasies. Thank you, Mataji. Haribol.
Haribol. Yeah. So that is the power of the association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that is also the power of association with a pure devotee. Right? We know this verse. Every day we sing. Sakshat Hari Tvena Samasta Shastre Yuktastatha Bhavyata Eva Shadvi Hindu Prabhorya Priya Evatasya Pande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. So what are the Shastras saying? Right? We know the Shastras are our mother who is telling us who is our father. Right? What are the Shastras saying? Shastrat Hari Tvena Samasta Shastre Yuktastatha Bhavyata Eva Shadvi. Right? The spiritual master is equal to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why is the spiritual master considered equal to the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the Vedic scriptures? Because the spiritual master has dedicated his life in the service of the Lord, and hence such a spiritual master is very, very dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, whether we are touched, a touch means it can be a physical touch, like how it is happening here. And a touch can also be the association. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Kaya, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoya. Right? We can get all perfection if only and only if we get into touch or we get into the association of a pure devotee of the Lord. As much perfection, as much purification that we can get from the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that much purification that we will get simply by the association of a pure devotee of the Lord. Okay, let's move into text number 33. Padmaja Mataji, you can recite the verse. Kehe bhumine pade keha kareya chitkara dekhi bhattacharyera mane haya chamatkara.
Kehe bhumi pade keha kareya chitkara dehi bhattacharyera mane haya chamatkara. Translation by His Divine Grace Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Some of the elephants fell to the ground and some screamed in ecstasy. Seeing this, Balabhadra Bhattacharya was completely astonished. Haribol Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, so this is the effect of the Lord's association, isn't it? The Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna himself, and he touched the elephants, right? So Prabhupada says in one of the purports, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he went to the Jharkhand forest, when he touched the elephants, when he chanted Krishna, 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 Pahimam, like that, tigers and the bears and all the animals of the Jharkhand forest, they all started chanting Krishna, Krishna. And Prabhupada says, we as human beings, we cannot induce animals to chant, but we can definitely induce human beings to chant, right? Yare teke tare kahe Krishna Upadesh, right? Prabhupada always gives its instruction in all of the purports, right? That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, whomever you see, whomever you meet, what are we supposed to do? We are going to talk about Krishna, right? We have, while it is the free will of that particular person, whether they want to take up Krishna consciousness or not, whether they want to chant Hare Krishna or not. But from our side, we are followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are part of the Srila Prabhupada's army. So what are we going to do? Yare teke tare kahe Krishna Upadesh. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. And then it is up to that particular person whether they want to take it up or not. And Balabhadra Bhattacharya was the person who was accompanying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? When Mahaprabhu went to Vrindavan, he was only one person was allowed to come with him. That too on the request of Nityananda Prabhu. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thinking, let me go alone. Because all of them were serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so much. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, I am a sannyasi. I should not be served so nicely. I should not be eating so much of opulent foodstuffs. But everybody was serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord himself, right? It is not necessary for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to practice sannyas. Right? So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to go alone. But Nityananda Prabhu said, at least let one person come with you. And Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he was allowed to accompany Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he was witnessing this wonderful magic that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was creating by his actual touch and by his chanting of the Hare Krishna. And Balabhadra Bhattacharya was completely astonished seeing this. How the animals are also chanting Hare Krishna. Text number
Mataji.
34. Mataji, go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, one doubt, Mataji. Sorry.
Yes.
Can I ask now or at the end of the class, Mataji?
You can ask in the end of the session, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Karpagavali Mataji, go ahead. Patyaite kare Prabhu, Ucha Sankirtana, Madhura Kanta Dvani Shuni, Aise Mrigi Gana.
Thank you, Mataji. Pateyati kare Prabhu, Ucha Sangitana, Madhura Kanta Dvavi Suni, Aisa Mirgana, Mirgi Gana. Mirgi Gana. Translation by Prabhupada ki jai. Sometimes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted very loudly while passing through the jungle. Hearing his sweet voice, all the does came near him. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was chanting in loud voice. How was he chanting? Krishna, 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 Hey. Krishna, 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 Hey. Krishna, 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 Pahima. Krishna, 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 Rakshoma. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Pahima. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshoma. Krishna, 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 Hey. So like this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was chanting, and then all the animals also around him, they're all rushing towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they all started chanting Krishna, 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 like that. Okay, text number 35. Sindhu Mataji, go ahead. Dahine vame dvani shuni, yaya Prabhu sange, Prabhu tara anga muche, shloka pade range. Yes, Mataji.
35 pronounced Mataji, Haribol. दाहिने वामे ध्वनि शुनि याया प्रभु संगे प्रभु तार अंग मुझे श्लोका पढ़े रंगे Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hearing the Lord's great vibration, all the doors followed him left and right. While reciting a verse with great curiosity, the Lord patted them.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji.
So the Lord, when all the does, right, all the animals, in fact, the does, the tigers, the giraffes, the bears, all of them, they all followed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And while reciting a verse with great curiosity, what did the Lord patted them? What was this verse? This is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Right, I believe so. Yeah, this is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.21.11, spoken by the gopis of Vrindavan. What is this? Dhanyasma mudha matayo piharinya eta yananda nandanam upata vichitra vesham akarnya venuranitam saha krishna sara pujam dadur virachitam pranayavalokai. Yeah, Swati Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Dhanyasma mudha matayo.
Dhanyasma mudha matayopi harinyayeta yanandanandanam upatta chichitra vesham akarnya venu ranitam saha krishna sara pujam dadur virachitam pranaya valokhe. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Blessed are these foolish deer because they have approached Maharaja Nanda's son, who is gorgeously dressed and is playing on his flute. Indeed, both the doos and the bucks worship the Lord with looks of love and affection. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Yeah, this is the verse that was actually sung by the gopis of Vrindavan. Right? What are they singing? These foolish deers, because they approached Maharaja Nanda's son. Who is that? Krishna, who's gorgeously dressed and is playing on the flute. Venum kvanantam aravinda dalayatacham varhavatam samasitam buddha sundarangam kandarpa koti kamaniya vishesha shobham govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Right? So Krishna, Venum Kvanantam Aravinda Dalayatacham. He's got lotus eyes and he's holding the Venu or the flute in his hand. Barhavatamsam, he's putting on a nice peacock feather on his head. Barhavatamsam Asitam Buddha Sundarangam. He's looking so gorgeous, so handsome, so beautiful. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham. Kandarpa Koti, right? Kandarpa or this, the Cupid, he himself is very attractive. He attracts everyone to him. But hundreds and thousands of Cupids are getting attracted to Krishna. That is why Krishna is called Madan Mohan. And we all know why Radharani is called Madan Mohan Mohini. Right? The one who attracts even Madan Mohan is our Srimati Radharani, who is Madan Mohan Mohini. Right? Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. That's what Brahma is praying. To that Supreme Lord who's beautifully dressed, who's holding a flute, who's wearing a nice peacock feather, right? To such a Supreme Personality of Godhead who's looking so effulgent, so beautiful, so handsome, I offer my respectful obeisances. So a similar prayer is now made here by the gopis of Vrindavan to Lord Shri Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is quoting that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is who? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna in the mode of Radharani. So this is the verse that gopis and Radharani were actually telling in Krishna Leela. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is quoting this verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in that Leela. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj is actually writing down this verse. This has been spoken by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Then we know here that Radharani is speaking these words for Krishna. Jai. Okay, text number 37. Swati Mataji, go ahead. Hena kale sorry. Hena kale vyagra tatha aila pancha sata vyagra mragi mili chale Mahaprabhura satha. Yes, Mataji.
Dandot Hena kala vyagra tatha aila pancha sata Vyagra Mruti Mila Chale Mahaprabhu Rasata. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was passing through the jungle, 5 or 7 tigers came. Joining the deer, the tigers began to follow the Lord. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Dandot.
So the tigers birds also began to follow the Lord. So mriga, that there is deer, then there is tiger, and then 5 or 7 tigers came. All of them are following the Lord. And Balabhadra Bhattacharya is amazed. What is happening? All these tigers are following Mahaprabhu. They're not attacking. Deki Mahaprabhu ra Vrindavana Smriti Haila Vrindavana Guna Varnana Shloka Padila. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately is already remembering the gopis of Vrindavan, Vrindavan Dham, and he is narrating the verses that the gopis used to recite in Krishna Lila. When the gopis, we used to see that all the animals are coming near Krishna, whatever verses the gopis used to recite, Radharani used to recite, those verses Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is remembering now, and he is uttering these verses. Swati Mataji, go ahead. Oh, you read already?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Padmaja Mataji can read. Yeah.
Deki Mahaprabhu Vrindavana Smriti Haila Vrindavana Guna Varnana Shloka Padila. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Seeing the tigers and deers following him, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately remembered the land of Vrindavana. He then began to recite a verse describing the transcendental quality of Vrindavana. Haribol
Yeah, so this is the verse quoted, that is by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. What is that? Yatra naisarga durvaira saha sandra mrigadayah mitrani vajitavasa druta ruttarshanaadikam. Who'll read? Swati Mataji, go ahead.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
You already read, Mataji?
No, Mataji, now before I read.
Yeah, okay. So Chandana Mataji, you can read. Have you read before?
Yes, Mataji.
No, Mataji.
Okay, please read. Chandana Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
I'll just
Translation. Yes, ma'am.
Verse, Mataji.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Yatra nai sarga durvaira.
Mataji, this is meter, not Chaitanya Charitamrita meter. Yatra nai sarga durvaira saha sandravadayah.
Yatra nai sarga durvaira saha mrigadayah mitrani vajitavasa Ruttarshanaadikam. Translation by Ruttarshanaadikam. Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vrindavana is the transcendental abode of the Lord. There is no hunger, anger, or thirst there. Though naturally inimical, human beings and fierce animals live together there in transcendental friendship.
Yeah. So it's a transcendental abode of the Lord. There is no hunger, anger, or thirst there. So I was just, I was hearing in one class, there is in Kailash, right? There is Shiva, there is Parvati, and then there is Ganesha, and then there is Kartikeya. Okay? Shiva has a snake around his neck, and Parvati Devi, she sits on a tiger. Right? And then our Kartikeya has a peacock, and then Ganesha has a rat. Right? Each one of them is Mahaprasade, Govinde, Nama Brahmani, Vaishnave for each of those Vahans. Right? But still there is peace in Kailash. Right? They don't eat each other. They don't say Mahaprasadam prayers and start eating each other. Why? Because they are all inclined in the service of the Lord. Right? So in this way, here also we see that the tigers are not eating up all the other animals who are following Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? Where there is service attitude in the heart, where there is bhakti in the heart, then there is no place for sense gratification. We don't try to see how we can exploit the others. We don't try to see what can I gain from this person. That is not the attitude of a devotee. A devotee's attitude is, in whatever situation I am placed, how can I serve? How can I serve the devotee in this? How can I serve anybody and everybody, every living entity in this situation? That's why Prabhupada is saying there is no hunger, there is no anger, there is no thirst. Hunger means what? Hunger for food, hunger for glory, hunger for name, fame, etc. Right? Anger. Right? Dhyayato vishayan pumsam sangas teshu bhajayate. Sangat sanjayate kama, kama krodho vijayate. What is when does krodha come? Krodha comes when we have kama. When we have kama and we have our lust or our desire is not satisfied, then what happens? Krodha comes. Then krodha bhavati sammoha, sammoha smriti vibhramaha, smriti bhramshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Right? Then what happens? Anger comes. You're not able to control the anger. And then what happens? Krodha bhavati sammoha. Then we are put into complete illusion, delusion. Right? Sammoha smriti vibhramaha. And then we lose our intelligence. We forget what to talk, what not to talk. Sometimes we get into fist fighting also just because we want something. That means what? We've lost our intelligence. We've come down to the platform of animals. We've started fighting. Right? Sammoha smriti vibhramaha, smriti bhramshat buddhi nasho. Intelligence is also gone. Now buddhi nasho pranashyati, and then we fall down to the level of animals. Right? That's why Prabhupada is saying here, there is no hunger, there is no anger, there is no thirst. Though naturally inimical, right? In the family of Shiva also we see, those animals are naturally inimical to each other, yet they are able to live in peace. Why? Because they have the Lord. They have the Lord in the center. And that is why there is transcendental friendship. Right? So this is what is explained in this verse by Srila Prabhupada. And this is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? This verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam, and this forms part of the Brahma Vimohan Lila. Right? That verse wherein Lord Brahma, right? What does he tells this verse? Right? After he understands what was his mistake, and he is appreciating the transcendental opulence of Vrindavan Dham, the opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he recites this prayer. And that's how this prayer is also figuring here in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay. Now let's move on to
the reference number of this Mataji, Srimad Bhagavatam?
It's given now, Mataji, Srimad Bhagavatam 10.13.60. This is a part of the Brahma Vimohan Lila.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. I didn't see that.
Okay. Yeah. Haribol. Text number 40. Let's move on. Who wants to read? Padma Mataji, go ahead. Krishna Krishna kaha kari prabhu ye balila, Krishna kahi vyagra mraga nachite lagila.
Hare Krishna, Mataji Danda Pranam. Krishna Krishna. Tune, I forgot the tune, Mataji.
Krishna Krishna kaha kari prabhu ye balila.
Yeah, okay, Mataji.
Krishna kahi vyagra mraga nachite lagila. Haribol. What happened? You're there? Haribol.
Haribol, Haribol.
Yes, Mataji.
Hari Prabhu Yabe Baila, Krishna Kahi Vyagra Mriga Nachite Lagila. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, chant Krishna Krishna. The tigers and deer began to chant Krishna and dance. Thank you, Mataji. Nice one.
So Krishna 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 Hey Krishna 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 Hey Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Raksho Mam Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Pahi Mam. The Lord is our only protector. Text number 41. Padmaja Mataji, go ahead. Nache kunde vyagra gana mrigi gana sange bala badra bhattacharya dekha apurva range.
Nache kunde vyagra gana mrigi gana sange bala badra bhattacharya dekhe apurva range. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. When all the tigers and does danced and jumped, Balabhadra Bhattacharya saw them and was struck with wonder. Haribol Mataji.
So Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he is so amazed. What are these tigers or what? Tigers and does are jumping and dancing together. Right? Tiger will say Mahaprasada Govinda in the material world as soon as he sees a doe, isn't it? No, but there they are all chanting, not Mahaprasadam prayers, they are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, like that. Okay, Shobha Mataji, go ahead. Vyagra mriga anyonye kare alingana, mukhe mukhe diya kare anyonye chumbana.
Hare Krishna. Vyagare mriga anyonye kare alingana, Mukhe mukha diya kare anyonya chumbana. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Indeed, the tigers and deer began to embrace one another, and touching mouths, they began to kiss. Hare Krishna, Dandavat
Oh my.
Hare Bol.
Okay, so this is heights, huh? They're not just troubling each other or killing each other. They are exhibiting loving symptoms towards each other. Okay. Kautuka dekhiya Prabhu, hasite lagila, tasa bake taha chadi, aage chali gela. Padma Mataji, go ahead. Kautuka dekhiya Prabhu, hasite lagila, tasa bake taha chadi, aage chali gela. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw all this fun, he began to smile and he left the animals and continued on his way to Vrindavan Dham. Mayuradi Pakshi Gana Prabhu re dekhiya, Sange chale Krishna Bali, nache matahaya. Okay, Padmaja Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mayura
Hare Krishna.
Pakshigana Prabhu. Mayura Pakshigana Prabhu re dekhiya, Sange chale Krishna Bali, nache matahana. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Various birds, including the peacock, saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and began to follow him, chanting and dancing. They were all maddened by the holy name of Krishna.
Krishna, 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 He. Hari bola bali Prabhu kari ucha dhvani, vrikshalata prafulita se dhvani shuni. Right, when they heard this sound of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu singing Krishna, 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 Haribol, Haribol, like that, the trees and the creepers became very jubilant to hear this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And then Prabhupada gives an example of Haridas Thakur here. Right, when Haridas Thakur was chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Haridas Thakur, how can all these plants and creepers be delivered, O Haridas? And Haridas Thakur said, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If we chant loudly, then what happens? Even the creepers and the plants and the birds and the animals and the small ants which are there, the worms which are there inside the house, the bacteria, all of the living entities will get purified and they will get benefited by the loud chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is why Srila Prabhupada is told that we also need to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra loudly, so that not only are we personally benefited, but we also benefit all the living entities around us, the people around us, our neighbors, our, like I said, the plants and creepers and the birds, which will be flying outside, then all the insects and the ants and all of these things. Right, all of them will be benefited if they get the opportunity to hear the loud chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, like that. Text number 46. Uma Mataji, go ahead. Jari khande stavara jangama ache hata, Krishna nama diya khaila, preme te unmata.
Avara jangama achayata, Krishna nama diya kaila, premete unmata. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai, that all living entities in the forest of Jharkhand, some moving and some standing still, became maddened by hearing the holy name of the Lord Krishna vibrated by seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shall I read?
So all of them, whether Haribol. Thank you, Mataji. So here, all the living entities, Prabhupada is saying, some moving and some standing still. Moving we saw tigers and bears and does, all of them. And those which are standing still, what are they? Plants, creepers, trees, all of them became maddened by hearing the holy name of Krishna, vibrated by Lord Krishna himself in his form as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Prabhupada explains in the purport how this Jarikhanda is a great tract of land which includes various places he mentions, and all of these mountains and jungles are together they are called Jarikhanda. And this is a place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was singing and dancing. And this is the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made all the animals, the plants, all become ecstatic. And this is the place that Balabhadra Bhattacharya actually becomes amazed. Oh my God, what is happening here? Like that. Okay, Padmaja Mataji, I want to read. Ye grama diyayana yaha karena stithi se sabha gramera lokera haya prema bhakti.
Krishna Mataji. Ye grama diyayana yana karena stiti se sabha gramera lokera haya prema bhakti. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. In all the villages through which the Lord passed and in all the places he rested on his journey, everyone was purified and awakened to ecstatic love of God. Haribol Mataji.
Haribol, Hare Krishna. So all the villages through which the Lord passed, everybody was purified, right? Because it's the Lord himself. They were all awakened to ecstatic love of God. Krishna Prema. Ke hayadi tara muke shune Krishna nama, tara muke ana shune tare mukha ana, sabe Krishna hari bali nache kande hase, paramparaya Vaishnava haila sarva deshe. So in this way, everyone who was hearing the chanting of the holy names from the mouth of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then it was like a relay race, right? Relay race, what happens? Somebody picks up a stick. Now he runs to a particular place, hands it over to someone else. And then that person takes the stick and runs to another place. And that person picks up the stick, runs to another place. Like this, whoever heard the Hare Krishna Mahamantra from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was also started chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then they also started chanting Haribol, Haribol. And this was heard by some other person. And they also started chanting Hare Krishna, like this in disciplic succession. Means what? One person hears from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he starts singing. Another person hears from this person, he starts singing. Another person hears from this person, he also starts singing. Like this, the holy name of Hare, holy name of Krishna is being chanted, and everybody danced, cried, and laughed, and they're all in complete ecstasy. Srila Prabhupada explains in this purport that the holy name is so pure. Not only the person who chants Hare Krishna is benefited, but the person who hears from the person who's chanting, not just Mahaprabhu's chanting, but anybody else is chanting, such person also gets completely purified. And then Prabhupada talks about how much benefit can one get if one chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra without the offenses, right? We'll just quickly recapitulate the 10 offenses in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We need to avoid these 10 offenses as we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra during Brahma Muhurta time, right? In order to attain the desired success, which is Krishna Prema, we recite these offenses in the morning, right? Before we chant Hare Krishna. 1, to blaspheme the devotees who dedicated their lives in propagating the holy names of the Lord all over the world. 2, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to independent names of Lord Vishnu. 3, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master or to consider him as an ordinary person. 4, to blaspheme the Vedic literatures or literatures and pursuance of the Vedic version. 5, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. 6, to give some mundane interpretation of the holy names of the Lord. 7, to commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy names of the Lord. 8, to consider the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities as offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, Karma Kanda. 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and to maintain material attachments, even after understanding so many instructions on the subject matter. Is it over? No. The most important offense is coming now. This is the jada or the root of all the other offenses. What is that? It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting the holy names of the Lord. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully safeguard against all of these offenses in order to attain the desired success, which is Krishna Prema. Right? So Prabhupada is saying here, any devotee who chants offenselessly will attain Krishna Prema. And from such a person's chanting, another Vaishnava will emerge. Because when we are chanting pure Shuddha Naam, we become Uttamadhikari. And when one becomes Uttamadhikari, anybody who hears from such an Uttamadhikari also becomes a devotee of the Lord. That is the purity of a Uttamadhikari Vaishnava. right? Sometimes we are preaching to so many people, we go for book distribution, we are not able to convince anybody. That is our level of purity. At least I can talk for myself, right? Simply the process of engaging in becoming a soldier of Srila Prabhupada and distributing books, that in itself will purify us. So we should continue with our process of going for book distribution, of continuing our preaching, of continuing our chanting of the glories of the Lord. Even we are not able to have it, even if we don't have the purity to convert human beings, what are we doing? We are purifying ourselves by simply giving the name of Krishna to everybody. This is the purification process for us. And the person who hears from us, although he may not become a pure devotee by hearing from us, but his process, because the holy name itself is so pure, his process or his journey also starts, because he sees the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna's photograph is there, Arjuna is there, Krishna has become a Partha Sarathi, Krishna has become a charioteer for Arjuna. When we show such books to others, then their spiritual process also begins. Although we may not have the purity to make that person become a Vaishnava like that. Although we may not have such purity, we should still continue our journey, becoming an effective soldier in the army of Prabhupada, in giving Yare Deke Tare Kahe Krishna Upadesh. We should continue to do that. All right. So let's move on. Text number 50. Yadyapi Prabhu Loka Sangate Ratrase Prema Gupta Karena Bahira Na Prakashe. The Lord did not always manifest his ecstasy. Being afraid of a great assembly of people, the Lord kept his ecstasy concealed. Very beautiful pastime is there. Once in Srivas Angan, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was actually doing this Srivas Angan, Hare Krishna Kirtan pastimes are non-different from Radha Krishna's Rasa Lila pastimes. The gopis with Krishna, the Rasa Lila pastimes. And it is said that in Srivas Angan, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to chant Hare Krishna, doing overnight, next day morning, complete 72 hours, we used to do Harinam Sankirtan, and even more sometimes. That time, everyone used to be in bliss. Everyone used to get Krishna Prema. But only those people who are pure devotees are allowed to enter into that arena. So once what happened, a Brahmana who was only drinking milk, and he was completely austere person, right? No sense gratification. What can you get sense gratification? You're just drinking milk. Such a person happened to stay outside Srivas Angan, and he was hearing this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, somebody is there here because of which I'm not able to experience that bliss. And then when they saw this Brahmana. Now, this Brahmana is completely austere. He drinks only milk. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, that is not a qualification to attain Krishna Prema. That is not a qualification for pure Vaishnava. Right? Simply practicing austerity or living only on milk or dahi or whatever. That is not a qualification to enjoy transcendental bliss, to become part of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Kirtans. What is the only qualification? Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Right? Only when one has a proper service attitude, when one inquires into and surrenders into a spiritual master, to such a person, when this transcendental knowledge is revealed in the heart, such a person only can take part in the Lord's Kirtan by his own mercy. Right? And then this Brahmana was asked to leave. And then this Brahmana left, thinking himself, oh my God, I'm so unqualified. I cannot be part of this Lord's Kirtan. And then when he developed this humility and surrender and service attitude, and he obeyed the devotees and he left, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, call him. Now he is eligible to participate in the Kirtan, because he's developed humility, he's developed surrender, he's developed service attitude, and he's also, obeying the Vaishnavas, and he simply left, thinking himself, I'm not qualified. That's why I've been asked to leave. When one gets this attitude of humility, Trinadapi Shuni Chena Taroriva Saishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari, then we will be allowed to participate in the Kirtaniya of for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is what. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not exhibit this ecstasy to each and everyone, depending on the faith of each person. Each person realized the same other ecstasy if they were qualified like that. Tatapi tara darshana shravana prabhave sakala deshera loka haile vaishnave. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not manifest his natural ecstatic love, everyone became a pure devotee simply by seeing and hearing him. Why? Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Lord Sri Krishna. Otherwise, offenders, like we also know the pastime of Jagai Madai. Right? When Madai actually heard Nityananda Prabhu, what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? He immediately brought forward a Sudarshan Chakra. And Nityananda Prabhu reminded Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you have in this avatar, you are not going to kill people, you're going to kill the demonic propensity in the people. Right? And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because of the recommendation of Nityananda Prabhu, what happened? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually forgave Madai, because Madai immediately fell at the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu, begged forgiveness. And Nityananda Prabhu said, I have not taken any offense. And he pleaded to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even before he fell down, he pleaded to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to forgive Madai. So, even more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport, even more merciful, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gauradashe Namaha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most munificent incarnation, but even more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are his holy names, that's the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and more munificent than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are his devotees. Nityananda Prabhu is more merciful than even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? And then Prabhupada also mentions here how one gets anointed with the bhakti, right? When one's eyes get anointed with this kajal of Krishna Prema, then one is empowered by the Lord to see the pastimes of the Lord within his own eyes, even though it is material eyes. Right? And how was it possible? It can all begins and ends by the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Prabhupada is quoting the verse here saying, Tatapi Tara Darshana Shravana Prabhave. Right? One can see Krishna, one can see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only when one hears about Krishna from a bona fide authority, like Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and one also hears from a person who's coming in a bona fide parampara. Prabhupada says in a lecture, how milk gives a lot of energy, but when the milk is touched by the lips of a serpent, what happens? The milk becomes poisonous. It will create poisonous effect. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, they are all pure. They are all apaurushaya. They are all giving the transcendental truths. But if we hear it from a person who is indulging in sense gratification, who is trying to make his own livelihood by chanting the verses of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, who is giving Bhagavata Saptaha for entertainment, for recreation, and not with the mood of surrender to the Supreme Lord, then just like the milk which is touched by the lips of a serpent causes poisonous effects, hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita from these people who are engaged in sense gratification, who are not pure devotees, who are not sincerely following in the footsteps of the Guru Parampara, then that will also create poisonous effect in the mind, because it will increase our Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. We're just discussing how this Bhagavata Saptaha, it happens in South India very regularly. What happens? People discuss Rasa Leela pastimes of the Lord. There is one Bhagavata Pravakta who speaks very nicely. And then after he speaks, he also goes and watches movie in the house. And all of his listeners also go and watch movie or cricket match like that. So there is no transformation in the heart. It is just time pass. It is just, utilization of time for spiritual entertainment. We are not here for entertainment. We are not here to gratify our senses. Even by performing devotional service. We are performing devotional service, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Mandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam, to please the Lord, for the pleasure of the Lord, not to gratify our own senses, not to satisfy our mundane desires, not for any kind of personal motivation, not for anything, aham ameti. We are doing this for the pleasure of the Lord. When we do it for the pleasure of the Lord, Krishna will give us the strength, the intelligence to do in a way that pleases Guru and Gauranga. Right? Shri Harinam Prabhu ki Jai. Kaliyuga Patita Pavana Hare Krishna Maha Mantra ki Jai. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradhayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Dushe Namaha. So we can get the mercy. The mercy is ever flowing, but have we made our hearts, our patra, to receive the mercy of the Lord, or have we filled our hearts with Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya? There is no place in our heart to receive the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So now is the opportunity. Chant Hare Krishna more and more, that does purify our hearts, make our hearts proper recipients or proper patra for receiving the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. ग्रंथराज श्री चैतन्य चरितामृता की जय, श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी महाराज की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. So with this we'll end our session today. If anyone has any questions or queries or realizations, you can share now. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. Thank you all for your kind and patient hearing.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Hari bol, Hari bol. Nice session, Mataji.
Hari bol.
Mataji, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Join. So you had to make do with me. So Hare Krishna, Dandavat pranams. Hari bol.
Mataji, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, you had a question. Yes.
Yeah, Mataji, in text 22 yesterday, we read that Mahaprabhu went alone to the forest when he didn't go inside the city because everyone will be knowing him. So he went inside the forest alone only. Then how come in the text 33 that Balabhadra Bhattacharya got astonished while Mahaprabhu was chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, even the animals
yes,
repeated it, Mataji. How to relate this?
Yeah. So actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to go alone. Right? And then Nityananda Prabhu tells Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who will carry your kamandalu, who will carry your danda stick, who will carry your clothes, etc. So please take at least one person with you, like that. Nityananda Prabhu asks Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agrees, okay, one person can come with me. And that is how Balabhadra Bhattacharya actually accompanies Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Oh, he didn't go alone, Mataji?
Who accompanies Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in this trip to this, Balabhadra Bhattacharya accompanies Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Okay. But Lord didn't go alone to the Vrindavan.
No, he wanted to go alone because he didn't want anybody to serve him. He wanted to practice the austerities of sannyas. But then Nityananda Prabhu pleaded that at least you should take one person with you. So Balabhadra Bhattacharya accompanied.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Bol. Thank you. Dandavat pranams.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat pranam, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, with your permission, I'm just ending this session, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.